Molweni Bafundi, video 27, and here we conclude the series on counting. But to summarize what we've done, let's have a look at the following first. Before we get to the final group, we started off with the Abba words, okay, and beginning with a singular m, babini, batatu, and etc. And then Ndibona, I can see omnye, ababini, abatatu, I can see 1, 2, 3. Then we went into the imi group of words, the imi playing the part when we got to more than one. So mnye, mibini, mitatu, mine, but very importantly, I, sitrengle, not me any longer. And when we get to what we can see, Ndibona omnye, emibini, emitatu, but sitrengle. Then we went on to ilike, ama, and the ama words were that ama prefix was what played the important part. So linye from ilike, right? Mabini, matatu, mane, but sitrengle, sibozo, etc. Okay, and then Ndibona elinye, linye becomes elinye, mabini, amabini, matatu, amatatu, sitrengle remains sitrengle. Then we went on to isi, tulo, anywhere beginning with isi with its plural in izi. So sinye, zibini, zitatu, zisitrengle with that izi prefix being the important part that calls all the shots. So sinye becomes esinye, zibini, ezibini, zitatu, ezitatu, zisitrengle becomes ezisitrengle, etc. So right, let's now have a look at the final group. This is a very important group because it includes original isiXhosa words as well as those which are borrowed or adopted from another language, be it English or Afrikaans. And what makes this group so important is that it makes up the bulk of the words used every day, and therefore this form of counting will be the most frequently used. So an example of an original Xhosa word is a word like inja, a dog, and izinja, dogs. And then we have a borrowed word such as imoto, a car, and imoto, a car. And for both of these we will use zingapi as the question. How many are there? And ubona ezingapi. How many do you see? Now you might ask the question, because first of all you can see the Z very clearly in izinja, but not in imoto. So I want you to imagine that all of these double I words actually contain an imaginary Z between the two I's. And that way it will make it a bit easier for you. But as I say, it's an imaginary Z. The actual word is imoto, and we will see many more examples because we are going to use a mixture now in this particular video. So zingapi and ubona ezingapi. Right. Inye, inja, there's one dog. And if we count the cars, inye, but now zimbini, imoto. Ndibona, I can see inja, enye, one dog, inye becomes enye, and ndibona imoto ezimbini. In the next set of examples, we look at izindlu, houses, and idesika, desks. And let's count the houses. Inye, zimbini, zintatu. Zintatu, there you can see the zintatu. Counting the desks. Inye, zimbini, zintatu, zine idesika. And what can we see if we look at the picture? Ndibona izindlu ezintathu. And here I can say ndibona idesika ezine. Right? In our next set of examples, we look at incwadi, books, and pensile, pencils. Let's count the books. Inye, zimbini, zintatu, zine, zintlanu. Counting the pencils. Inye, zimbini, zintatu, zine, zintlanu, zintandatu. Something wrong here. There are actually 7 pencils in this. But inye, zimbini, zintatu, zine, zintlanu, zintandatu. So we'll only count up to 6. But standing back and looking at the picture, we can say, right, ndibona incwadi ezintlanu. So zintlanu has become ezintlanu, and zintandatu has become ezintandatu. Sticking with our mixture of original Xhosa words like intombi and borrowed words such as itafile, let's look at the following set of pictures. And here we have these little girls or young ladies, and we're going to count them. Starting at the back, inye, zimbini, zintatu, zine, zintlanu, zintandatu, zisixhenxe, intombi. Got the number right this time. Counting the tables. Inye, zimbini, zintatu, zine, zintlanu, zintandatu, zisixhenxe, zisibhozo. 8 tables. Standing back and having a look at the picture, we can say ndibona iintombi ezisixhenxe and ndibona iitafile ezisibhozo. The last set of pictures, and we look at iintyatyambo, flowers, and ibhola, balls, baseballs it looks like. Let's count the flowers. Inye, zimbini, zintatu, zine, zintlanu, zintandatu, zisixhenxe, zisibhozo, zilithoba. Counting the balls. Inye, zimbini, zintatu, zine, zintlanu, zintandatu, zisixhenxe, zisibhozo, and we're running into trouble again, but there should have been zisibhozo, zilithoba, and zilishumi. 2 missing from this picture for some unknown reason. But anyway, you get the idea. But the list of nouns that would be counted in this manner are too many, because, as I say, they make up the bulk of everyday isiXhosa words. But their chief characteristic would be the double I or the izin at the beginning. This is therefore the final picture, starting with abafundi, and we can see the prominent role played by the ba. Then imiti, we can see the role played by the mi, and also the I when we get to 7. The switch over from 6 to 7 is, if there's going to be a problem or something different, it will be there. So here's one instance of that. Another one with ilike, amake, we can see the role played by the ma, and the change which occurs with 7 again, the ma becoming a. Okay, then we went on to the easy words, and this is probably the one which we must compare with the last one, because this is where the z occurs. So let's just have a look. With izitulo we had zibini, but with imoto we had zimbini. Zitatu, zintatu. And they would have had zine, But okay, and zine again, but it's actually made up of Z-I-N-N-E, but for the sake of simplicity we write it as just like, as with one N. But then after 7 it becomes the same again. Okay, so the inye becomes enye, ezibini, ezimbini, ezitatu, ezintatu, ezine, ezine, double N, which has become 1, and so on and so forth. So quite a lot to remember, and for that reason there's a very comprehensive application exercise which follows on this. So until then, enkosi kakhulu bafundi.